Well, it was a dream to be a part of a business and be a part of a small business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I come from a bloodline of business people,
Mm-hmm.
so I've always admired it. As far as I can go back, I think about my great grandma, and my great grandma, she started a beauty school in Muncie, Indiana. And the beauty school, the idea behind it was she wanted to give an opportunity for women to develop a skill set that can turn into a career that can help provide for their families. And this is like in the 30s, okay? And so here she is, she takes this risk and she develops this school, and people come to get a skill set, and people also came to get a cheap haircut. And so the beauty school was a real pillar in our community in Muncie for several years, and now I'm really proud. I mean, my cousin Brian owns and runs that today, and he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. And so the idea of business ownership or entrepreneurial or intrapreneurial, those types of concepts have always just been a part of my worldview.
Mm-hmm.
And I've loved being around it. And so since I was a little kid, I've dreamt about owning a business. And for me, thankfully, I got partnered up with my good friend Keith, and he has given me so many awesome opportunities just to be myself and do my thing, and go alongside of it with me.
Mm-hmm. So what's your guys' view on how you do business? Because this is something that I find so cool and that's been very helpful in my life. And, you know, when I've asked you for advice on how to handle a certain financial situation or something like that, and when I go to introduce people, to you, when I explain how you guys do, I don't explain it that well, but it's, in my opinion, you guys are just trying to help people live their most full and abundant lives, but focused on bigger things than just money or just
I think
having the things.
So capitalism is part of my worldview. It's I think capitalism, is it perfect? No,
Right.
but it's probably the best thing we've got. And so capitalism has it's been interesting for me to watch as a professional. I got into the business in 1998,
Mm-hmm.
and I think profits can trick people sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And Keith and I, we've had this vision that if we can have one more dollar than expenses, then we're doing pretty well. That's that's the secret, is we don't have any type of growth goals. We don't have a trajectory we're trying to hit by 12/31 or by 9/30. And so just one more dollar than expenses. What does that allow us to do? That allows us to focus on the relationships and on the lives. That allows us to hone in on the things that we're good at, and tighten the scope down so that we can see clearly what it is we're aiming at. And so the profits don't really get in the way.
Right.
And because we have enough and then some to do the things that we want to do or things we need to do, we're able to dream. We're able to say no to opportunities that aren't really that great, and we're able to say yes to the excellent ones. And so that's a key principle: yes to the excellent, no to the good. And what that tends to do is that creates the type of business that you want to wake up for and get into the office every day.
Right. How does that translate over to clients and advising them on life, on business, on finances?
A couple things come to mind. With that view, you tend to be more available because you're not looking for the bigger, better deal or the next deal or the most profitable thing to the bottom line. You know where you are. You know your needs are met. You know that you know where the revenues are coming in. So you can afford to take risk on the relationships, which means being available or proactively reaching out. And with those two things, you get to know the heart of somebody. And when you know the heart of somebody, you know what's important to them. It goes way beyond the finances. And matter of fact, it's the non-financial things that will drive the financial, but really it's pursuing the heart of the person. That's what it's all about.
It's cool. It's good way of doing business.
Yeah, heck yeah. It's a lot
Of
more
course,
fun.
just doing life, right? That's just doing life.
And that's true. I think about that with parenting or with my spouse or my mom and dad. Like, aim for their heart. If you can aim for their heart, you'll probably be pretty successful.
Yeah.
Won't get it right every time, and on the times that I don't get it right, it's got to be hey, I'm sorry I didn't get that right, and have enough confidence and strength in who I am as a man to be able to say, hey, I just didn't get that right.
I think that's one thing I've learned from you throughout life is humility and being able to know when to apologize and being able to know when to listen and knowing that you're not the expert. That's something that I feel like I've done very well in business. Is I am not smart necessarily. I'm not the brightest. I'm not the but the one thing I've been able to do is find people that I trust and that elevate me, that run the podcast really well, Braden over there, or run the gym really well, Caitlin. They make me look like I know what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, you're hiring people who have awesome talent and passion for something,
Right.
And so that always goes a long way. And I really think the safest thing a person can do is when they have that gut drive. Some might say it's a gut drive. I might say it's a spirit-led thing. But when you've got that going on and you're in tune with it, it may seem bats crazy to everybody else. But you know where it comes from, and that's probably the safest thing you could do. I was reminded of it today when I saw a friend of mine who recently left his employer to start up his own business gig, and he's in his 40s. And I said to him, "Hey, way to take a risk and get out there on your own." And he kind of looked at me like I was an idiot. And as soon as he gave me the look, I knew exactly what he was talking about. And what he was talking about was, hey, this really isn't a risk because this is what I'm supposed to do. And when you know that, and when you know that you're going to be provided for, that things work, then, yeah, it'd be crazy not to step out and go for it.
Take the risk. That's not, well, as you said, it's not even a risk at that point.
Exactly right.
Yeah.